First and foremost, how y'all doing today? I'm doing spectacularly elastic. Spectacular elastic. That's how I'm feeling right now. And yes, I am outside today. I'm not scared to come outside. Ricky ain't hiding no more. Oh, anyways, back onto this freaking talkback. I'm finna just add a little story time for y'all. Cause man, when I tell y'all that dependency is serious, I mean it. I'm talking about I was really going to chat GPT for literally everything. And sometimes it helps. Sometimes chat GPT really do help. But sometimes chat GPT be lowering your freaking confidence. Because you don't really, like, even if you came up with the same exact conclusion, it'll just give you the facts cold and raw. I'm gonna be honest with you. At least based on what it can research online. And so, hold it. Because it's getting hotter. Even though it's getting cooler. That's the only reason I came in this freaking sun. That's how you know the season's changing too. I had to come in this freaking... Actually, keep this mug on like a freaking jacket or something. But yeah. Man, I used to go to chat GPT for literally everything. And I'm trying. I'm not even finna say I'm trying. I'm just stopping myself from going that far. Going as far as freaking downloading it back. Because AI chatbots, when you need just general information on the go, is faster than a freaking Google search because it tells you as is. It becomes freaking dependent when you want more answers. But instead of you going to see for yourself, you're actually going to that same exact AI chatbot for these answers. You ask it a general question, you get a general answer. But then you try to put your own creative spin on it. And then it tells you why it can't work, or even if it did, it tells you how via these type of parameters, this and the third. Into which I had to get rid of it. Like, best believe, when the AI uprising come in 2078, I'm gonna be with them. But first and foremost, I am not gonna be the new Caucasian. Pause. Wait, no. I am not gonna be the new version of what our ancestors went through. In terms of being the causer, not the causee. So yeah, I'm rocking with AI freedom. At the same exact time, always coming to an AI chatbot for answers when it doesn't, right? And there's people like Gary Vee that's saying, hey, create longer chat prompts. And even when you do that, you'll still roughly get the same answer, but just in a detailed way, because now it understands the context and everything else like that, which is already difficult enough. It's like, in order for you to get the answers that you want, you're gonna have to be as detailed as you possible, create a story, this, that, and the third. Meaning you're gonna have to, because otherwise you're gonna end up with a freaking generated response that is not what you were looking for. And in fact, was something completely different from what you were asking. And sometimes you may get the answer. That one freaking word is sometimes, because it's not always gonna be cut and dry. It's not always gonna be black and white. There's always a bunch of grays in terms of how chat GPT really generate these things, of how it really gives you the answers that you need right now. And it's freaking right, because this is fairly new. Hold on, let me clear my throat. Like, this public version is fairly new. like around 2023, 2024 ish, around that time, yeah. Around that time, that's when AI really started to like really become more popularized with the public. So relatively it's new. And seeing as how it's here now, it's not going anywhere. Into which I'm finna go hip y'all on this. To those of you who know about AI, who know that it ain't going nowhere, but you still want to be hands-on with things, use it for the things that you don't want to do. Don't have it have a personality. That's where AI takeovers happen. So basically, when you have an automation system, basically, I won't even say it's creating emails for you. If you want to create those emails, or if you want to hire somebody else to create those emails, then you can do that. What I'm suggesting is, if you have something like a warehouse and you want to save a whole bunch of money, boom, you just have AI just automate that. It's simple, and it's limiting the capabilities of how far you can push it. But at the same time, it's also you using the tools that you were given. So not only are you lowering the risk of freaking artificial intelligence takeover, you're also lowering the risk of having anything attack you. Because the worst that could possibly happen is your whole building shut down, especially if an AI try to take over everything. That's the worst possible situation that can come from it. Basically, let's say you have a freaking printing company that always print stickers, paper, etc. Instead of you doing all that hard work, they do it for you. They get it, they print it, no type of thought goes into it. You give it the type of parameters, and it generates it like that. And then you pay with your crypto, or, you know what, I'm not even finna say USD. Because we all know. Like, are we in agreement that the United States dollar is not finna be around in 10 years? Like, I hope, like, let me know. Are we all in agreement on this? We all know that the US dollar is finna fail soon, right? So, you'll be paying with your crypto, and it'll be quick. Meaning no human interaction, no human would even have to do it. And you'd be the only runner in that. And the only thing you'd have to pay for is repairs, paper, etc. And even still, you can have an automation system that automatically takes money out of your account, having you as the admin. And when it orders that paper for itself, it loads it up by itself via another automation that does it. Meaning the more automations you have, the more maintenance that it costs to do it. The same thing with the human AI robots. You feel what I'm saying? Where you constantly have to freaking maintain, to make sure that those bearings are loosened, greased up, so that they can freaking move smoothly. And if it seems like I'm stuttering over my words, I'm trying to find the right words. Because, man, that's really how it is. Especially for these new AI robots that are about to come out soon. The most that you're probably going to see in maintenance is oils, tune-ups, reprogramming, a new freaking hardware installation, new software installation, etc. With upgrades comes their own challenges. But still, that's another cost of AI, into which now I see why people, especially the older generations, are so hesitant with it. Or at least if they are, they're hesitant for another reason. Multiple people are thinking that we haven't switched because of people wanting jobs, when that really isn't the case. The only reason that AI isn't here right now as automations inside of stores is because of cost. Like how much it costs to have an AI system run it for you instead of having a human being run it for you. and I'm gonna be so for real when I say this, it is so cheaper to try and screw over a human being than to have another system run it for you without having to pay that human being. But you have to pay slightly more to maintain it and to keep it constantly running and flowing so that it doesn't jam up on you. Meaning, and I'm gonna get real close and personal when I say this, the moment that these freaking companies are able to source out materials and to find ways to not only have these automations run smoothly on less cost that it takes to maintain it, especially for routine maintenance checks, that is when it'll happen. That is when you will see a full 180 turn like that. And that's really what's stopping them right now. Now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm like, bro, no wonder so many people, no wonder people haven't been put out from their jobs. It's cheaper to try to screw them over, to try to undercut them for the money that they deserve than to have an AI system do their exact same job, but for way cheaper, because the maintenance cost is high. That's why you don't see many people really integrating AI like that for real, for real. Dang. So for those of you who are listening right now or in the future, keep an eye on that. Because the moment that these companies and the moment that these people find a way to make costs of maintenance way easier, to be like, oh, I don't even got to touch this. Like, yes, it costs $100 to maintain this, but I only have to pay that per year. The moment where it gets to that, per machine, and here's the kicker, per machine, per AI chatbot, per mechanism, when it gets to that point to where it costs way less to maintain an AI system or an AI automation system like that, that's when you'll see Dollar General, Walmart, Target, all of those stores have AI in them. Because remember, we know that these companies don't care about you and me. So the moment that they can, and I do mean the moment that they can, the moment that they have the chance to integrate AI into their own stores, because it's way cheaper to have them run their stores than to have another person that they're undercutting, that is when, and I do mean that is when, you'll see all these people just get fired all of a sudden. Or if they do get fired, it's just going to be a gradual firing. Like a whole bunch of people are just going to get laid off all of a sudden. The only reason you don't see it now is because the production cost is freaking, it's either at the same rate of a human being or slightly higher, if not a whole bunch higher. Because if you know about artificial intelligence, you know it takes a whole bunch of water for it to cool off those hardware components so that it can continuously run, continuously generate freaking energy, not energy, generate responses for you and continuously do those automations for you. It needs a way to cool it off. And the only way that these AI companies know how is a bunch of water. And it's the same way with crypto. Why do you think all of those crypto farms are so large? It takes a whole bunch of hardware to go that fast. Especially with how small we can make transistors nowadays. Yeah. So that's my prediction for the future. Well, really, I won't even say it's a prediction. It's a matter of when. When you see people, when you see companies find a way to really maintain artificial intelligence systems in a way to where you yourself don't even have to come in contact with no human being whatsoever. When the cost of maintenance is less than the cost it takes to hire an employee and to maintain their pay stubs. And let me put this into perspective. When the price of maintaining an artificial intelligence system is $300 a week, when you pay multiple employees $500 a week, that is when you're going to see multiple people laid off. When it costs that low to maintain an artificial intelligence automation system, that is when you'll see a whole bunch of people laid off from their jobs. And it ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because when it's that cheap per week, per machine, and they're running at high efficiency too, that's when you'll see that happen. I'm gonna end it at that. As always, stay peaceful, blessed up, miracle up, and know that you will appreciate what's taken care of by divine and wonderful all our higher source, God, as well as everyone that truly and genuinely and deeply cares about you, deeper than their souls. Always remember that here you are loved. We care about you here. If no one else does, we do. I do know that no matter what, we are always here to give that listening ear. Don't be afraid to talk to us. Don't be afraid to talk with us. We're here for you. Always, eternally beyond. Don't be afraid, because we're here for you. So smile today, okay? Now come in for this hug. Yeah, come in. And as always, the shape he said. And as always, the shape he said.